Mark chapter 5 says this: They came to the other side of the sea, the country of the Gerasenes. And when Jesus had stepped into the boat, immediately then there met him a man out of the tombs, a man with an unclean spirit. He lived among the tombs. No one could bind him anymore, not even with a chain. For he had often been bound with shackles and chains, but he wrenched the chains apart, and he broke the shackles in pieces. No one had the strength to subdue him. Night and day among the tombs and on the mountains, he was always crying out and cutting himself with stones. And when Jesus saw him from afar, he ran and fell down before him, and crying out with a loud voice, he said, "What have you to do with me, Jesus, Son of the Most High? I adjure you by God, do not torment me." For he was saying to him, "Come out of the man, you unclean spirit." And Jesus asked him, "What is your name?" He replied, "My name is Legion, for we are many." And he begged him earnestly not to send him out of the country. Now a great herd of pigs was feeding there on the hillside, and they begged him, saying, "Send us to the pigs, lest us enter them." He gave them permission, and the unclean spirits came out and entered the pigs, and the herd, numbering about 2,000, rushed down the steep bank into the sea and were drowned in the sea. The herdsmen fled and told it to the city and in the country, and people came to see what had happened. They came to Jesus and saw the demon-possessed man, the one who had the legion, sitting there, clothed and in his right mind, and they were afraid. And those who had seen it described to them what had happened to the demon-possessed man and the pigs. And they began to beg Jesus to depart from their region. As he was getting into the boat, the man who had been possessed with demons begged him that he might be with him. And he did not permit him, but said to him, "Go home to your friends and tell them how much the Lord has done for you, and how he had had mercy on you." And they went away. He went away and began to proclaim in the Decapolis how much Jesus had done for him, and everyone marveled. What we see here, which is a constant theme in the book of Mark, is Jesus has the power over demons. He healed this man. He was harming himself, right? People that harm themselves, it's actually most likely Satan is oppressing you in some way, telling you to harm yourself. God would never want you to do that. This man was cutting himself. He was chained up. No one could bind him, but Jesus set him free and gave him peace and clothed him in his right mind. What's very interesting is after Jesus healed the man wanted to start following Jesus and become his disciple, but Jesus said, "No, your mission is to go back to the people, go back to your region and tell them about God." You see, oftentimes, what God wants to do in your life is once he delivers you, once he heals you, once he saves you, he wants to send you. He wants you to go and tell people about what he's done for you. Think about the woman at the well, same thing. When she encountered Jesus, she dropped her water jug and went out and told all the Samaritans, "Come see a man that had told me all I ever did." And there was a revival that broke out in Samaria. So if God's done something in your life, tell people about it.